a corner. And I'm like, well, I mean, the defense did hold it down last year with who they had. I mean, unless we had depth, I mean, we could probably add depth at that position by moving down some. You know, if you move out of the first round, you give up that first round pick for what Muki has been talking about for a while, which he has definitely got me to buy into the tight end sweepstakes. My guy from Georgia, he's definitely got me to buy into that.
First round?
No, second round. I think you could get him.
We talking first. We talking first. You got your first guy?
No. The first round is a first round buyout. I'm giving the first round pick to somebody else. Yes, and I'm trading back.
I respect that.
To get more picks in which I'm gonna get more depth at you know what we do, because we all know that the Buffalo Bills were Super Bowl contenders because of depth last year, obviously, right? So we want to continue that motto and that trade. So go ahead and let me trade back the 27th pick. Trade day, we know you're going to be good next year. We know that. So we can get somebody else later on down the line, second, third round, to help out with that depth. So let's do that. Let's get the guy we need on offense, that big guy.
You trading for Davies?
No, I'm trading the 27th overall pick, but it's symbolic because
who you trading it to?
I'm trading it to.
Move out?
I want to move out, man. I want to move out. I want to move out like a disappointed tenant. I want to move out. That's what I want to do. I want to move out. All right. I want to move out and I want to reside somewhere else. So with that being said, I'm trading that pick off. And somebody who desperate to need somebody at 27, go ahead and take 27. We'll take 2 picks for it, and let's try and move on and add depth.
Okay, so who are you selecting with whatever pick you move back on?
I'm selecting the tight end pick. I told you, you bought
so
me.
We got Darnell. Okay, so what's next?
So Darnell Washington comes off the board. Then in the second round, obviously, we traded Tremaine Edmonds, right? Obviously, we traded him. The Bears got him. Hope they can bear down on him. But it's time to add some depth at that position. That 4-2-5 that we play, the Buffalo Bills are going to need some solid linebackers to be able to do what they do. Biggest issue that we had in past was being able to cover sometimes, cover some of these tight ends. So you want to get you a speedy linebacker. Get you a linebacker. There's a couple out there. There's the Jack Campbells from Iowa out there, that's out there right now.
So who would be your pick, your second pick?
Plus on top of that, there's Drew Sanders. Now, interesting. I'm gonna take Jack Campbell on this one. I'll take Jack Campbell. And in the third round, I'll move down and go ahead and get an extra corner. All right, maybe.
All right, so we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll flip the pot.
I'll take a corner at that position. Whoever is ready available at that third round spot, that's a corner I will take and work and develop.
Those are gonna go corner.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Torch's first 3 guys, right?
Absolutely.
So now we're gonna move this thing over to Justus and see what his first 5 are gonna be. If it's gonna be some old crazy trade, or you just gonna spit it out outright. What is your first 3 Bills picks?
All right, so I am currently going through the Pro Football Network mock draft.
There we go.
All right. And for my first pick, I selected to trade it away, just like my man Torch. And I got the 38th pick, which is 11 spots back. And then I also got the 70th pick from, I believe, was the Raiders. It was either the Texans or the Raiders. I forget who, but and then
what are you giving up?
With the
giving up
20, I'm giving up 27 and 205. Ooh. So with the 38th pick in the 2023 NFL draft, your boy selected Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia.
Okay, I went on D-Wash.
I mean, I get it. I like it. I just wasn't necessarily like super stoked about a first round for him. You know what I mean? But I do like him. And I do think he's a really good player. So I do, want him there at that pick.
So that's 38. You picked Darnell Washington at 38. So you still got 59.
59. I just took Hold on. Wait. At 59, I just took Jordan Battle.
Safety, so you're going safety. And
Safety out of Alabama.
Sorry.
And now I also have pick 70. And I'm looking at it. Oh. Ooh.
Pick 70.
Ooh, pick 70.
You got pick 78.
I got pick 70. I must have traded.
You got, was it 70?
Oh, no. I got 70.
You traded with the Raiders, right?
Right.
So you got 70 and 70 now in the third.
No, I don't have 70. I must have gave it. I don't know, but I don't have it. But right now I'm taking linebacker Noah Sewell, whatever. Brother Penny Sewell, linebacker out of Oregon.
I like that. One thing y'all guys we all definitely have some of the same guys in common, but it all just lays out differently, So we're on the right track, but it's a different train, but that's a good thing. We got two guys that's trading back, and I'm going to have to agree with that. I think the Bills need more draft capital, more assets of an impact, because again, right now we're dealing with salary cap crisis, right? So we don't have enough money to, right now, to say that we can't go after the OBJs or DeAndre Hopkins due to what we are right now financially on our roster, right? So let's try to, get as many draft picks as we possibly can. So my crazy behind, I have all types of trades, right? So if I'm going to trade, how can I make it, how can I, we're going to play, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm going to come with a few trades. So let's say right off the rip, soon when the draft starts, we are going to trade away Ed Oliver for pick 59. And we're going to throw a second round pick in there, for next year, a third round pick maybe, for pick number 23 with the Minnesota Vikings. So now we got pick 23 and 27 to play around with. We got pick 23, we got pick 27, and we got, I think we still got our third round pick. So I'm going to take that. So now with that, I'm going to trade away pick 27. Right, I'm playing around right here. I'm going to play around for these first picks, right? So I got pick 27. I'm going to trade pick 27 away to the Colts for pick 235 and 379. That's where that 379 came from. So I'm going to have, at the end of those trades, I'm going to have pick 23. I'm going to have pick 35. I'm going to have pick 69 and 79. But then I'm going to take that 23. I'm going to take that 23. So I'm going to get rid of both of those first round picks. I'm getting rid of both of those first round picks. So I'm taking pick 23 and I'm going to trade it for pick 36, pick 69, and pick 171 in the fifth round from the Rams for that second round pick. So we move on all the way back. So I get 35 and I'm trading off 36. So I'm going to take Jack Campbell right there. I'm going Jack Campbell right there at pick 35. Don't kill me. I mean, you still got other guys that might be available. You got Trenton Simpson, a linebacker from out of Clemson. He can be, a fit there at that round. Or maybe a Brian Breezy slides to, pick 35 at a D tackle. And definitely the Bills have been shopping the D tackle spot. So you can go there with pick 35 after they move back. So, again, once I get that second round pick, I'm trading still trading. I'm moving around. Pick 36 and pick 69. I'm going to trade that to Detroit for pick 48 and pick 55, both in the second round. I know everybody got like a headache or they kind of like drunk right now.
Hey, there's no way anybody's keeping up with these numbers.
He playing chess for sure.
For real. I'm going to play chess for real, right? If we're going to play it, let's play it, right? It's crazy trades going on. But soon the draft starts or whatever, that first trade is going in. So I can trade 23, I can trade 27 to accumulate more draft capital. I mean, if I'm going to play. So I already drafted Jack Campbell. I still got pick 48 and 55 all in the second round. So I know this is a long shot and it never probably happened. The probability of this is insane. But, hey, if we're going to play, we're going to play, right? So pick 48, I'll say Bills go ahead and select Cedric Tillman, wide receiver from out of Tennessee. Okay. Let's not play around with it. Now you start tinkering with best player available. You can see a Darnell Washington here as if he's still on the board, something like that. But let's stir the pot up a little bit, right? Cedric Tillman's still out there. Let's go get Cedric Tillman, right? Wide receiver from out of Tennessee. So at pick 55, best player available. Now, since we've been shopping it and bringing in all these people at pre-draft visits, let's go get this D tackle off the board. Let's go get, my guy Sayaka Ilka from out of Baylor. Maybe we can see a healthy Jordan Phillips along with this guy if we don't get Breezy at pick 35 if he's not available. You know what I mean? So another guy you could pick possibly DB Julian Brents from out of Kansas State, 6'3", 200 pounds DB. He plays all three positions from a nickel to a safety to a cornerback. So I have some of that in my little crazy mind of a draft right now on my 2.0. It's kind of like a trade special. So I figure if I'm gonna have some fun with it,
you maximizing value.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with it. If we need to accumulate capital, hey.
So here's a question I gotta ask you: why did you take Campbell over Flowers, or let's say a Josh Down?
At that point in time, I'm kind of realistic to like normally what the Bills do. You know what I mean? They are going to take a defensive guy. Jack Campbell may not be around if they just stick at 59. So trade back, and it's a possibility that him and Simpson can be there. You still get probably your top two linebackers that you got on your board and accumulate a few extra draft picks. So that's why I say, they maybe could, lean going that way. Because I don't think that none of those linebackers really, not them two, really are first-round guys. They early second-round guys. But, they'll be there, I think, in the early second round where you can just move back, get another extra third or fourth for a second-round pick, depends on how you move. And, you still get value at the pick and what you want at the same time.
There you go. The coach playing chess, not checking.
So how many picks did you have in the first 3 rounds? Was that like 4 or 5?
Man, it was all in the third round. Second round, my bad. It was all in the second round. I got pick 35, pick 48, pick 55.
Okay, 3 picks in the second round.
Yeah, pick 55, but I still got 79, and I still got 91. You know what I mean? So I still got a third, I still got a fourth. And I think 2/5 plus the 6th round. So I still got that too. So, we got some things to play around with. So your first 4, your first 3, now you back up the bat, Torch. Let's see what you got. What you got for us?
All right. So we're talking 4th round now, 4th round, 5th round picks. Now you get your meat and potato rounds, obviously. You got to go get special needs for your team to add more depth to what you're looking for. So that's when I start picking like D tackles, things of that nature for depth. I don't have specific names right off the bat because I ain't my guy Muki Andre or just a general right now at that moment. But I'm gonna get to looking at some names, things of that nature, and we're gonna get to putting this thing together. But I do like what I heard so far. So, like D tackle, I'm going to get D tackles. Then I'm going to get some cornerback help. If we playing around with picks and things of that nature, you might as well shore up that secondary at the safety position, especially. We don't know what's going on with Micah Hyde. We don't know what's going on with Benford. What are they going to do with Christian Benford? So my next couple of picks are D tackle, safety, wide receiver, maybe 6th round. Maybe I'll wait till the 6th round before the 6th round to get a wide receiver, another wide receiver just for depth. I do like Khalil Shakur, so I think Khalil Shakur should be utilized a little bit more this year than it was last year. So those are my picks. We're gonna go 4, 5, 6, and 7. So D tackle.
You want to get him out the way.
D tackle, safety, wide receiver, corner. I've seen that too. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that. But bang bang. Don't play with Brendan. Brendan, don't play with the bean. All
right. So I had my picks up and I accidentally pressed the back button. So I don't remember where the numbers of the picks were, but I do remember the picks that I made. Okay.
So what are you saying?
91. I remember it was 91. Previously I took Noah Sewell out of Oregon, linebacker.
Right.
So what I follow that up with? A linebacker. Deion Henley. You know that's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. At 91. So then after Deion Henley, I went and I took. Muki gonna be mad, but listen, this dude pop.
I gotta be mad.
He pops on film, my boy. Pop, bro. You ain't no catching him. If you see the back of number 1's jersey, you done for it. It's just too late. My boy Tank Dell. Nathaniel Dell.
Smurf.
Listen, yeah, he a Smurf. But he gonna run away from all your 6'2" corners this year. You know what I mean? It's over. All right, so I went Nathaniel Dell. Then Dontavion Hicks, the another wide receiver. I rounded out the draft with him. So I went linebacker, linebacker, then wide receiver. Yeah, man.
What's this guy's speed?
Who?
The number 1.
Tank Dell?
Yeah, Tank Dell.
Oh, Tank Dell's something crazy. I could look up the 40 time for it. But honestly, if you just watch the film, you see it.
Dust, huh?
Yeah, well, he ran a 4.49. And honestly, I think that's maybe he got off on a bad start or something, or maybe he tripped or something, because I can't see him running anything over a 4 flat. For real, on film, if I'm watching his tape, and you ask me what he's gonna run a 40 at, I'm gonna tell you like a 4.35. So him, he gonna change the offense. He is going to be a better version of what we think Sherfield and Hardy's gonna be for our offense, I think. And DJ Ready Rob been playing with me because I've been waiting for this beat to drop for like the last 5 minutes. He got this hard instrumental on, and I'm over here getting distracted. But yeah, that's my draft pick. I'm really proud of getting Henley, also with getting Sewell. I do wish I would have got an offensive lineman. I like Osiris Torrance and Steve Avila, as you all know, in the 2nd to 3rd round. And I think that they could do a lot of good for our team. So that's the only thing I would change if I had to do it over. But I'm not mad at my draft class. I'm really not.
All right, that's cool. I like the depth, that you provided. You doubled up at the linebacker spot because you feel, hey, if that guy is still on the board, might as well snatch him up too, right? The Bills do talk about getting back to having competition in all positions, right? So, I think this is, that was a pretty solid pick, especially, a guy that caliber, he was a former wide receiver or something like that, right? So there is an ability. So, I like that. I like that draft pick. I like both mock drafts so far. But you know what? We're going to take a quick break. And, when we get back, we're going to get into, my second half of this damn thing. And, make sure you keep it locked, keep it legendary. You're tuned into the WUFO 1080 AM on Power 96.5. We'll be right back.
I didn't know it was the battle at LA today. For playoff position, sir.
Oh yeah, Clippers, Lakers.
What's up with the Clippers beating your team right now?
Indeed, Rock Teasy and I got that new
Personal.
HBC.
Personal?
No,
They're
you
bringing
don't
the
want to
smoke
miss
to
it,
you.
buddy.
Oh,
It's
they're
for
bringing
tomorrow on the Rick Morning Show.
Cancer is not as simple as we typically think of it in a classification scheme. My name is Carl Morgan. I'm a pathologist at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. A lot of people think that they just have or they just have breast cancer.
0 for 17.
takes a
quarter
very
shots. I heard
process
fourth quarter,
to
last second
determine
shots since
if
he's
you
been a
can
Laker. 0 for
You have to
17.
go to
The
very
Heat?
sophisticated, high-level game centers.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Say
Nigga is 39 years. What are you
I
talking about?
don't, man.
It's silly.
You're giving me this excuse.
In our
Rock me to
capabilities,
sleep.
Fooey.
You're giving rock me to sleep excuse.
really,
He's still playing in the league, man, at a high level. 37-31.
You could be at the
Yeah, I know
forefront
it's
of
early, but it was 15-2
change your
at
whole
one point.
outlook
I was
on
like, oh,
Spend one day at Roswell
yeah, it
Park
was 15-2
and
at one
regain
point.
your hope. Maybe
Clippers
tomorrow
was up.
is a new and better
They
fair
were smoking
where
their
you
boots
bet
for a
tomorrow.
second. I'm
You're
like,
only
oh,
going to get it
okay, they'll have another one of them runs. Ain't gonna be saying this dude is early.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos and I'm a
Beating up.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go
Russell
squeeze.
over there
Go-Go
dropping
Squeeze
10. He
fruit
got
on the
10
go
already.
pouches are an
3
nutritious
assists,
snack
a
made
block.
from 100%
I wish you
fruit
could've
with
did
no
that for the
sugar
Lakers.
added.
Come on, Cookie.
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the
You
best.
know what? Fool. Oh,
I'm
not even. Yeah, there you go. Can you share the joke with your radio? You can see the reaction. Buddy. Eric, what's good, my guy? From LA. My guy.
top in action there. And then
What's good? What's good? What's good, sports world? Welcome back to Late Night Sports. Once again, I'm your host, Muki Hawkins. On the ones and twos, DJ Ready Rob is in the building. And hey, we got Andre the Torch, Robertson, fan base extraordinaire, Justice the General, Rise Up family is in the building. Listen, now we just went through our whole, our 2.0 mock, right? So, it's my turn. And we did have some great mocks. We all three of us agreed to step back a little bit and get more draft value and still get the player that's of a need for the Bills. So I guess we got the same mindset in certain things. So I like where we are in that realm of things. We kind of like picking the same players, but
I
some
went best
guys
player
are going.
available in my draft.
Yeah, some guys are just, we're picking them higher than others or lower than others, because I'm moving on to pick 79 right now. So pick 79 after I did all these crazy trades. Guess what? There are no more trades, all right? We have, enough draft capital to do what we see fit. After we did draft Jack Campbell, linebacker from out of Iowa, then we take the surprise pick, I guess, with Cedric Tillman, wide receiver. Sure. That would answer all questions in reference to an OBJ or a DeAndre Hopkins type of deal. If the Bills going to take a wide receiver in the second round, that's going to answer your question right then and there. For sure. But I wouldn't be mad if they take a guy like Cedric Tillman caliber if he's available at pick 48. So I did go Julian Brents, another probably head scratcher pick from everybody. Like, why are we getting another corner? We got a team full of corners. But again, at 6'3", 200 pounds, he can play man zone. He can, play outside. He can play some big nickel for you, and eventually safety take over when Poyer and Hyde is done. So you got to start looking at putting quality depth back in those places too. So I see Julian Brents, DB from out of K-State at pick 55. After I did all these miraculous, what trades. Moving on to the second half of my mock board. Thing hasn't been an ISO for everybody. It's been offensive line, right? So the Bills have did a good job of bringing back Ike Boddicker. They just recently signed David Edwards from out of the Rams. They also brought in Connor Montgomery, and paid him $8 million, a year for the next 3 years. All that guard. So I know the Bills don't. The only thing that's really missing is some sort of competition for Spencer Brown at right tackle. Now, they did bring back Questenberry, quality depth. He's familiar with the scheme. But I think they need to, they're going to, stir the pot up again, making this a competitive roster, bringing in Wanye Morris, right tackle from out of Oklahoma. We get that pick at pick 79, somebody that's going to potentially push a starter for a starting spot. Questenberry is a quality depth piece that they only have around for one more year. And then you still got to figure out, is this the year that we find out what Spencer Brown is really made of? So is this saying that, okay, Spencer Brown, this is your replacement after this year. You can walk, or we will probably, trade you or whatever, or you just in return to be that quality depth piece while this young buck take over until you figure it out.
Let's call it that. Because can we be real about Spencer Brown?
Sure.
Like, his rookie season, he came in under, less than fortunate circumstances, and he had to kind of take over a very big role, and he did okay. And people were like, wow, he's massive, and he's had some really good games. He's had some really awful, freaking terrible games, but he was a rookie. All right. So then he come in second year, and he had still really awful and terrible games. So it's like,
he was dealing with the back injury now. You know what I mean? He was dealing with a little injury there.
But okay, let me ask you: if you playing hurt and you're worse than the value of the replacement, are you helping your team?
No.
He was playing really, really bad some of those games, and I mean, you could have put a small SUV out there, and it would have did more, blocking than him. Like
that's tough. That's very harsh to say.
He's had some really bad games. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if he is our long-term answer. Like we hope.
So now we bringing in Y.A. Morris right now. They give him some competition. You still got Questenberry. So now we're moving on to pick 91. All right. Now, one thing I haven't addressed yet on this board is the tight end, right? Since I passed up on Darnell Washington, he's off the board. So we got to still, fill that void because the Bills only have 2 tight ends on their roster, Quentin Morris and Dawson Knox. So we have to fill that void finally. And this guy here, Zach Kuntz from out of ODU, Old Dominion University, comes off the board 6'7", about 260 pounds. I think he kind of fits the mold of what the Bears are looking for as far as a number 2 tight end. He can block. He did definitely show the speed. And, I think he had a great combine, showing a great display of his hands as well and properly running routes. So a guy like that slides to you at pick 137. You fill your void for the tight end if they don't get Darnell Washington, even though everybody know how I feel about Darnell Washington. So sliding back, we pick up Kuntz. At pick 130, at Kuntz, you get Kuntz at 91. 137, let's go offensive line again. We're going to double up, just like my man Justus said. Thing about this guy is he may not play this year. Tore his AC doing drills at the combine, and his Voorhees selects him 137, pick. I think that's still like in the fourth round right now. So you pick him and you sit him for a year.
Absolutely.
You sit him for a year because I think Ryan Bates probably has 1 year, Boddicker has 1 year, Edwards had 1 year. So you sit him, get him completely healthy. This dude bench pressed 38 reps at 225 with a torn ACL, for crying out loud. So you draft him, put him on ice this year, let him get completely healthy, and now you have a guy that can come right in after you don't have to resign Edwards after this 1 year. You don't have to sign Boddicker if you don't want to, even though I think Boddicker may get an extension. And, answer a lot of questions on what you're going to do with Ryan Bates. Hey, even Montgomery, he's not out of the dark either, even though he, got signed this year. It's a what have you done for me lately type of deal. Yeah. So you get a guy like Voorhees, you put him on the shelf for an entire year, let that knee completely get healthy, redshirting basically, and, you have him as a quality depth piece coming in for next season. Once, you're going to have to fill a hole, basically. He already be in position for you.
You get a year in NFL training. You get a year to study the playbook and develop to the environment. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Exactly. So it's like when I got past that, we got the tight end. We got another offensive lineman right there. So that's linebacker, wide receiver, DB, OT, tight end, offensive lineman. And I think probably with the next 2 picks, the Bills definitely got to go pick up another. They got to get a D tackle. They got to get a fat guy. They got to get a fat guy. I say go get a D tackle, and either or in the last 2 picks, get a D tackle and a linebacker. We need to stockpile that linebacker position too, because Manikevich and
Dotson.
Dotson only have 1 year as well. So you gotta double up in that area. In the interior, somebody with some size. We can't have two lean linebackers in the middle. That's just teams are just gonna run all over that.
Right.
So they need to find. That's why I say Jack Campbell won because he has the measurables.
Yeah,
That's about it. He has the measurables. I do like Trent Simpson, you know what I mean, but Jack Campbell has all the measurables of a Tremaine Edmonds. Not saying the traits, but just the measurables right now. It's a difference. So that was my 2.0, and definitely believe that article is coming very, very, very soon. So again, we did have some of the similar guys.
Yeah.
We just had them going in different rounds. And then my crazy behind with this crazy trade to go through all of that, so the Bills could end up with 3 second-round picks. But I had fun doing it.
I gotta say, I'm shocked. I'm absolutely flabbergasted that you went away from Darnell Washington and then picked up a replacement for your hop, OBJ dreams in the second round there. I gotta say, I'm shocked at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a my job. It's going to be another one coming out again, so I just can't go get the same guys all the time.
Okay,
you stir the pot a little bit. You stir the pot.
I like the Jack Campbell. I didn't like him at first because I felt like when I was watching this film, he was a little lucky. It was like he was always around the ball at the right time to make plays. He wasn't out there forcing anything. But the more I thought about it, I was like, he's solid. You know what I mean? And you can't go wrong with solid. His floor is very high.
Right.
I don't know where his ceiling is at because if I look at his tape, I'm like, I don't think he has a very high ceiling. But then, Luke Kuechly didn't really pop on film either. Like he looked good, but he wasn't like the fastest. You know what I mean? So I feel like Jack Campbell can be. I don't know if he could be close to Luke Kuechly because obviously that's crazy. That's a wild comparison. Like he could be, but I'm not going to say that. But I do like him the more I watch this film and think about it a little bit.
Yeah, so I really just have fun with it. My 2.0s is always a trade. This time I say, you know what? Let's try to see what we can accumulate. What was that? I had 3 first-round picks. 3 second-round picks, and then I ended up with what? So I ended up having like 5 picks in the top 100. So that's where I'm getting at. Like, you want to have that many picks. That's like 20% of the draft in the top 100. I have 20% of that. That's something that the Bills definitely could use going into a roster where it's how many roster spots that's still left to fill. They got like over 25 roster spots still they got to fill. So you need to accumulate draft capital. Instead of just paying all these 1-year minimum deals, go get the draft assets to, compensate that. You know what I mean? So to have 5 in the top 100, definitely you get 5 impact players that will help your team right away in their rookie year. You know what I mean? So that's either having them on your roster anywhere between 4, because you're starting in the second round, 4 to 3 years. I can live with that at this point because right now the Bills are trying to make a Super Bowl push. So you got to go get hot boys. You can't just lag back and then think that you're going to, eventually develop into a Super Bowl. At this point, you got to go get players that could be an impact for you, right off the rip coming out of college.
These players you have right now is what you were developing into the Super Bowl roster.
Yeah.
So now you got to capitalize.
So this was corporate coach Muki.
Basically.
My draft, because I know there's 2 versions. There's I want the best for the Buffalo Bills, Mookie Hawkins, and then there's corporate coach Mookie Hawkins.
This is PC Mookie.
Yeah, this is the first time I really went with ham on, this 2.0 as far as the trades. Like, I'm gonna have some fun, just going over the skate. What can I do if I moved up? You know what I mean? What can I give away and still maintain moving up and then moving back?
No, but
at the same time.
It's like I was saying on Monday night. Past I'll be gracious and say pick 20. The top 20 players. And then after that, there really aren't any first-round graded players. But, 12 more teams got to pick, so they're going to be first-round picks. But, in the typical year, they wouldn't be graded as first-rounders. So it's like if you trade back a little bit, you get 5 picks in the top 100. It makes sense because all of them have around the same value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's all about the development and, the scheme fits and so on and so forth. So, I ain't mad at it.
And who's still on your board? you know what I mean, by moving back, because the further and further you move back, is a possibility that your guy may get snatched up.
Yeah.
But you still have, you know, more people that not too much of a drop off at the pick that you're getting. Number 2 guy on your board, worst case scenario. At least you want to ensure you always have the top 2 guys on your board available when you're picking. You know what I mean? Other than that, you gotta, if you really like them like that, you gotta move up.
Yeah.
To go get it. You know what I mean?
So here's my question. We all talked about moving back, obviously. Everybody is on the, you know, let's move out, find a new place, right? What teams do you feel like is most acceptable or most likely to take pick 27? Because I see teams like maybe a Baltimore Ravens team who need a quarterback. Now, how far and wide is, you know, what is the first pick for the Baltimore Ravens? Is it in the 20s? I would think it's in the 20s. Right? So would they be a team to look to double up on the late first round pick, get a quarterback? Because we all know how that Lamar Jackson sweepstakes thing is going right now.
Quarterbacks will be gone, brother.
I don't know.
You ain't trading the 27 if you want a quarterback. Them boys gonna be gone in top 7.
Well, Lamar Jackson was 31.
No, I'm talking about this year's class now.
Yeah, I'm saying, but Lamar Jackson was 31.
Who's to say? I mean,
which one of them is dropping out of the top 10?
Who? It's gonna be a quarterback. It's gonna be a quarterback drop out that time.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Unless you think
Will
Levis. That's what I say. Unless you think Will Levis, his draft grade ain't the hottest, and you don't really see the hype in him, I could see that. But you know, I
Richardson. It depends on how much they like him. He could slide out of there.
Josh Allen made sure that Anthony Richardson is going to be. I'm just
saying, you know, because I got the coach jumping back in, you know, the trade with the Bills because they're going somewhere else other than quarterback. So maybe they have to jump back in the first round.
Absolutely foolish.
You know, hey.
Well, here's my question.
I mean, they still got Gardner Minshew now. It ain't like they ain't got no, you know, quarterback. And Gardner Minshew could possibly be the guy. I know. I know.
If they think Gardner Minshew is the guy, they're gonna be making the same mistake they made over the last half.
They know Gardner Minshew is the guy, but he can be serviceable for you. You know,
what you get hype about? What is you hype about?
Time out. First of all, this guy, you know what? See, this always happens right at the end of the show. All the time with this guy, Mr. Gardner Minshew. Last week it was Baker Mayfield. This week is Gardner Minshew. So now I gotta ask you a question. No. Don't look around. I
didn't
say he wasn't, but he ain't the face of your. He's not the guy that you pass up on a draft pick for.
Muki, here's my question though.
What's up?
Did Brock Purdy, right, make teams think that you could get quarterbacks later in rounds now? How much effect
if you think you're going to follow the model of Brock Purdy, you don't deserve to be an NFL executive. He plays for the best coach in the NFL with arguably the best roster in the NFL. That is like it's literally if you can follow along with Kyle Shanahan's game, if you can actually like mentally prepare for it, you can be the best quarterback of all time. Like
the coach need other needs other than quarterback too. So
he gets them all to a T.
I don't know. We'll see. Only thing I'm gonna say about that is we'll see. It will be another mock draft, gentlemen. All right, so relax.
All right.
This is not the final. The next one will be the final. That's why I went crazy with 2.0.
Somebody said you smoke screen Muki with
I'm
draft.
smoke screen. Oh, yeah, I'm sitting smoke screen with 2.0. I'm always smoke screening. So, you know, how they say that? Process that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, let that sink in a little bit until next time. In between time, I get guys. So, ready, Rob? Andre the Torch Robinson, Justice the General, and our surprise guest. I'm Muki Hawkins. Stay safe, choose love, not hate. Wash them damn hands, all right? Happy Easter.
Wash them hands.
What is your Gardner Minshew argument? I want to hear this. Hold on. What was this point you was about to try to prove? I want to hear this.
No, actually, it wasn't even a point. You just jumped the gun on me. I wasn't even trying to make a point with you.
No, I thought you was about to turn up. Listen, MJ and LeBron is an argument.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, get paid?
Who?
Gardner Minshew, man.
I don't know how much he's getting paid.
Yeah,
it can't be more.
Right,
I say 15.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He's still in his first.
I said 15 million. They paid him at 3.5. So I believe in him more than the coach believe in him.
I'm like, what?
You don't pass up on the draft pick for Gardner Minshew, dog. That don't happen.
Hell no, you ain't.
Listen, you playing with me. See, you.
That's what you get.
I fell for the bait. I fell for the bait.
I mean, the first three is going to be Stroud,